Coming up right now is Destination Germany. We're taking you on a journey somewhere in the country that is well worth a visit, whether you're a tourist, a permanent resident, a foreigner, or a German citizen. We'll be covering the famous sites as well as the little-known corners of Deutschland. All that matters is showing you that Germany is an interesting and exciting place to visit. If you enjoy the destinations that we talk about each week, check out our website, thisweekingermany.de, and we'll have photos of each week's destination.
In our last episode, we told you all about the great city which has some unique culture. It's the city of Görlitz, Germany's easternmost city. Right on the border of Poland and only 10 kilometers from the Czech Republic, this city shares cultures from all three nations. Also, as the city has been around a long time and survived the Second World War intact, it's a great place to visit to see the different architectural styles from throughout the ages. While not one of the largest cities in Germany, it definitely has a lot of character, making it a nice place to visit. So what's on the agenda for this week's destination?
This week we're going to another small town, a town that is smaller than Görlitz. In fact, this region is tiny in terms of population. So why would I want to take you to such a small town? Well, the surprise is that within this small town is an even smaller town, which I'll get to soon. This week, we're going to start at the municipality of Oberweser.
I guess most people have most likely never heard of this little area, so why don't you start off by telling us where it is?
The area is at the very tip-top of the German state of Hesse. It is right on the border of Lower Saxony and close to Thuringia as well. Oberweser has about 40 square kilometers, and the population is a little more than 3,000. It has 6 villages. Out of these 6 villages, we're going to the largest one with just over 1,000 residents, Gieselwerder.
That sounds like quite of an out-of-the-way place, if you know what I mean. Most likely a place where people live to get away from it all and just commute to larger towns for work or their other needs. So it doesn't really sound like a busy, happening place. So why have you chosen this as our travel destination this week?
Well, first, the land around Gieselwerder is beautiful. It has it all: rolling fields, mountains, and a scenic river, the River Weser. Because of this, the entire town is a nationally recognized vacation spot and health resort in the Weser uplands. The health resort offers climate therapy and the region's naturally fresh air. Many of the buildings in the villages are the iconic Fachwerkhäuser, or in English, half-timbered houses and buildings, where you can see the structure's beams from the outside. But not to worry, just because it's a resort area, you're not going to be overwhelmed with a sea of tourists. There are only about 150 beds available in the entire town, including the hotels and bed and breakfast rentals.
You mentioned something a little strange at the beginning of this segment. You said that this is a smaller town inside another small town. So do you mean it's Gieselwerder inside of the Oberweser area, or what did you mean?
Okay, that is a good guess, but what I'm actually referring to is a cool attraction inside the village of Gieselwerder. It's called Der Mühlenplatz. It's a showcase of miniature versions of many of the different buildings in the area from today and in the past. It began as just a hobby for a local that liked to build miniature replicas, and it turned into a large open-air museum that is well worth a visit. Visitors can walk around the area and see tiny castles, buildings, houses, churches, and of course mills. The detail is extraordinary, and the experience will leave you feeling like a giant walking across the land.
Do you have any recommendations on how to get to this small village and its miniature counterpart?
Yes. Remember that this is not a huge city, so plan your transportation ahead of time. If you're not driving, I recommend that you go to one of the larger cities like Göttingen or Kassel. From there, you can find a bus that'll take you to Gieselwerder. If you want to relax in a health resort, or have a desire to feel like a giant looking down on the land, check out Gieselwerder in the Oberweser area.